Hey everybody. Okay, today we are going to talk about something that's super important to our business, which is social media. We're going to talk about really how to set up a call to action to coaching. So one thing I want to share with you that really changed the way that I looked at social media and my presence on social media is that we are really in the business of attraction marketing. So what that means is that people are attracted to you. They're not attracted to the products. The products are kind of like in the background, right? So you are going to be out on social media just sharing your life. You know, some of the things that I get the most interaction with is just mom stuff. It is not fitness stuff. It's like, who has a great go-to recipe? Who has a great cleaning schedule, or I'm sharing pictures of my kids doing something silly and people comment on that. This is how you kind of brand yourself. Your personality stands out. People that are attracted to you as a coach are not going to be attracted to me as a coach. We are different. So you need to make sure that you are being just who you are, that you're being true to yourself. And this should really alleviate some pressure that, a lot of times, and you can talk to other people about this when you're talking to them about coaching, there's this objection, that says, oh, I don't really want to do that on Facebook. I just use this for my kids. I show pictures of my kids to my family, blah, blah. That's great. That's our job. That's just what we do, right? If all in one day I'm showing pictures of my kids and my family and my daily routine and what I'm doing, right? And I'm being consistent in that, and I'm building a following, and I'm building people that just enjoy looking at that, that is attraction marketing, okay? So, when we are considering or thinking about posting something for a challenge group, for coaching, which I know can feel like a big step. It's kind of like you announce you're a Beachbody coach or whatever. You put it out there. Maybe you've invited publicly to a challenge group. Maybe you haven't. And now it's like this one bigger step. I remember the first time I did it, and I was like, But the thing that is important to remember is that this job is about stories. It is about heart. It is about personal connection. And so what you do not want to do is simply put up some stock photo and put up the Beachbody logo, or put up a big picture of Shakeology, or put up, something impersonal, right? You want to put and then say, oh, I'm a Beachbody coach. Who wants to be a Beachbody coach, right? Come to me. No, we have to share our experiences, okay? You have to share why you chose to do this. What drew you to this job? How has this job impacted you in any way? Sometimes people are like, I don't have any type of financial success to share. That's okay. Can you go on a date night that you weren't able to go on? Talk about that. Could you get a babysitter to be alone for 5 minutes? Talk about that. If you haven't seen financial success, what have you seen? Do you feel a part of a community? Are you proud of yourself because you've been stepping out of your comfort zone over and over again in order to do this job? Are you a better person today because of all the personal development you should be doing, right, than you were before? You should have positive things to say about this job, and you can put that out there. Now, your call to action is like the last step in like pieces of a puzzle, okay? So let me explain that. A couple days before, like today, okay, I want you to think about what is that thing, what's the story you are going to use to do that call to action, okay? So if my story this month is going to be just about changing as a person. Maybe it'll be about, I'm trying to think what I'm going to use. How I have grown as a person. And I'm going to kind of talk about those different things. So, okay, I'll give you an example. So I put out a call to action actually for a challenge group, but I talked about all the things that we were going to learn about. So we weren't just going to work on physical fitness. We were going to also talk about debt. We were also going to talk about learning about relationships and yourself and how to best communicate with people. And I shared this story about how I was, before this journey started, I was depressed. You know, I had had a baby, and she was nursing, and then she started weaning, and she was about 9 months, and it just kind of set this onset of depression on me. And I was sad because my husband kept so sweetly asking me, how can I help you? You know, what can I do today to make you happy? And I didn't have anything. And then that would make me so much more sad because he was trying so hard, but I had nothing for him, right? And then here was this opportunity that I just thought, you know, I don't feel good about myself, so I'm going to do these exercises, or I'm going to eat right. But in the end, now I am a part of a community. I have women that pour into me. I have made friends that I love to hang out with online, but I also have loved getting to know them personally, going to events, things like that. Also, because of the personal development I've done, because we belong to such an amazing upline that really cares about us and our hearts and who we are as people, Jeff and I are getting some of our money stuff situated. I've learned about my kids and how to best communicate with them. I mean, obviously, this is all a work in progress, but I shared all of these things, this whole story, right? And then at the end, I said, I want to pay this forward. I want to share this with you. I have learned this. I want to share this with you. Okay. So that was my end result. That was my call to action. But before that, a couple days before that, I started doing posts that had to do with those things. So I showed a picture of me listening to my War in Debt, which is the stuff that Jeff and I are using to get out of some debt. Our War in Debt CDs while I was in the pickup line to pick up Luke from school. And so I kind of made it more about picking him up, right? But any mom that lives in my town knows that pickup line is about 30 minutes long. And what are you going to do? You're going to sit there. So while you're sitting there, why not listen to personal development? Okay, so I kind of did that. Then I did another one about how I've just been learning about personalities. And then I shared all the way that, you know, my family has different personalities. And I put some pictures up of them being goofy and silly and whatever, okay? And so I'm kind of like leading people in this direction. And then every, you know, third or fourth post, I talk about working out. Maybe I talk about how I did not feel like working out today, and that there were so many times in my life that when I just didn't feel like it, I didn't do it anymore. But because I belong to these groups and I have this accountability, that I just push through, and I feel so proud of myself, okay? So I'm like leading people up to this point where then I can kind of put this big thing out there and kind of put it all together and say, hey, if you want to do all of this too, I am here to help you. And so that's what I want you to think about this week when you are going to coach. What is the story going to be? Because what we cannot do is just make it all about just coaching. You know, some people don't need another income. That's not what they care about. Some people don't even feel like they really need to work out. You know, they're not interested in that. But everybody has a need. And so what are you going to hit on? What's the story you're going to use? Why did you get involved in this business? What has it done for you so far? How have you seen it benefited you? And then that is what you're going to use to share, okay? You have to put a heart behind it. You have to put a story behind it. You can't just put no stock photos, okay? No stock photos, no links to your website, nothing. This is a relationship business. If you thought that you were going to get in this business to sell some challenge packs, gain some commission, and move on, I hate to be Debbie Downer, but you're not going to go far, because this business, and this is why you're in this group, right? Because we're trying to teach you this, we're trying to show you this, that this business is about building and investing into a team, into the people below you. It is not about the retail side of it, okay? It is about helping the people underneath you grow. If you can do that, you are going to be successful in this business, but you have to have the right mindset first. You have to understand that you are here to serve other people, that you are here to help other people grow, and the only way to do that is to be growing yourself, okay? So there's my personal development plug. Okay, this video is very long. I hope you get the point. If not, post something in the comments. I would love to help you. I am in no way an expert, but I do feel like I connect with people well when they share about themselves and they are transparent about who they are and what their struggles are. People like that. This is Facebook. A lot of times people want to put like very surfacey things, and unfortunately people walk around thinking that this is their real perfect life, and this isn't really true. And so people love when you are real. You know, I posted a picture just the other day of like my disgustingly dirty closet, and I was just said, I'm not planning on cleaning this up today. So if you're feeling like, you know, you're not living up to some sort of standard today, let me just tell you, you're just fine, right? And I get people that comment on that or like that or message me behind the scenes and say, thank you for posting that. Sometimes I feel like I'm failing. Okay, so be real, be honest, share who you are. Think about all those little things that you can touch on about your real life, about who you really are, all through the rest of this week, so that you can hit them with that call to action, okay, and that coaching invite. All right, I look forward to seeing all of them. If you have any questions, please post in the comments. Thank you if you made it through this whole video. Good job. Thank you. Okay, bye guys.